y'all, it's your girl Bad Luck Kitty, or you can call me Kitty, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I had previously recorded this video, and it was just more so like a general video. Of course, Jax wants to drink water right now. So it was just a general video, right? But since then, things have transpired. I feel like I was being too nice initially. Like, I was just being too nice. I was just telling the story. So I decided I'm going to retell the story, and I'm going to retell the story in my truth, right? I don't want this to come off as like any type of bashing or anything like that. The reality is, two people can be good until they're not good, right? I am a staunch advocate for leaving when the time is right. Chris Brown said there's never a right time to say goodbye. Honestly, it's not. But the reality is, sooner rather than later is usually the best policy. And in this situation, it is what it is. So, contrary to what he may have told people, that I am cheating with a man in Las Americas, please identify said man. Please identify said man. Me asking him to abandon his family, I have never asked him to do that. Yeah, so those two things, let's clear the air first and foremost. Let's go ahead and just get that out there. I do not have another boyfriend, and I have never asked him to leave his family. In regards to his family, let's address that up front. I adore his nieces and nephews. I think his sister, I didn't get to know his other sister very well. She seems good. She seems cool. But his other sister, I think she is amazing. The kids, love the kids to death, okay? However, I'm not going to stay with someone for their family, or if the family structure does not fit my desired lifestyle. So in meeting him, he told me that he was assisting his sister with her kids while she was out of the country and back home in Nigeria. He assured me that his time was wrapped up with the kids and he would have more free time when his sister returned from Nigeria. The sister returned from Nigeria now 3 months ago, and I see the man even less. I see him even less. So it came down to the point. You said when your sister came back, you would have more time. You do not have more time. You have even less time. And it's just, that's not conducive to the type of relationship that I want to live. And he was like, oh, you want to see me every day? I never said every day, but once a week. There's a lot. There's 7 days in the week. So 1 day and 7 days, there's a lot of numbers in between that we could have worked on. But for him, he was like, I'm doing the best I can. You have to understand. You have to understand. I'm like, only thing I understand is that you don't have time for me. Right? And it's unrealistic for me to expect him to do anything more. I would never ask somebody to abandon their family or abandon their responsibilities. But in the interim, I'm not going to sacrifice what I want and desire in life. Additionally, if I were to end up with someone long term, I don't want someone with the type of obligations that they can't live a life that's closer to conducive to the lifestyle that I want to live. So in regards to the whole abandon the family, never told him that, but I identified and told him that it's not going to work on that aspect, right? That is an aspect of it, okay? The other aspect comes for this, and I told this story on Facebook. So if you didn't, you don't follow me on Facebook, it's Bad Luck Kitty. If you don't follow me on Facebook, then you would have seen it already. We've been broken up for weeks now. I broke up with him, don't know the exact day, but I was in the States. So that was at least 4 weeks ago. I broke up with him. He's still telling people we're not broken up. We are broken up. I broke up with him. He said, I didn't break up with you, baby. It don't matter if you broke up with me or not. I broke up with you, right? And I will tell you how we got to that point. The day I was leaving to go back to the States, I had to fly out of Cancun, right? So if you don't know, the bus that takes from Merida to Cancun there are multiple stops, but the stop that I was taking was from Central, which is the downtown bus terminal. My bus left at like 12:30, so I need to be there about 12 o'clock. I mean, I assumed my boyfriend would take me to the bus station, right? Because it's downtown and Central, it's the middle of the night. He drives, you know, he never lets his sister, his nieces, or anybody take Uber. He's always like telling me, you need to get a car, you need to get a car, you need a car. Uber is not safe, Uber is expensive, you need to get a car, you need to get a car, da 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 da, like, because he does not like Uber. So it comes time for me to leave. It's Wednesday afternoon. He's over here. We have another altercation about a water faucet. I'm not about to go into that, right? Because the original video was so long, right? Because I was explaining everything in depth. I don't really need to explain myself outside of, I feel like, these 2 points. And he says, okay, what time's your bus? It's at 12 o'clock. I got to be there at 12 o'clock. And he's like, okay. He said, it's out to Breeze. I said, no, it's Central. He said, oh, that's too far. You got to take an Uber. You got to take an Uber? What you mean? So I just kind of looked at him. And he was like, yeah, it's too far. You got to take an Uber. I said, you're not going to take me? He's like, no. I'm like, he was like, it's too far. Okay, you got to go. So at that point, I'm like, you got to go. You got to go. Because that's, to me, that was the most disrespectful thing that he could have said, knowing that he does not let any of his family members take Uber, knowing that he does not even want for me to take Uber, but all of a sudden, because it's going to Central and it's late at night, I can take an Uber, me and my daughter in the middle of the night with our luggage to Central to take an Uber. It was the ultimate fuck you to me. That's what it was. Like, I don't care about what you have going on. It does not fit my schedule. I don't want to do it. So you take an Uber. Am I above taking an Uber? No. Do I have a problem taking Uber? No. Do I have a problem paying for Uber? No. But it's just the fact that if you're my man, I feel as though my man is supposed to protect me. Why wouldn't my man protect me and make sure I'm getting where I'm going safely? Okay? So we left. I went to the States. While we were in the States, he was doing little things like always asking who's around, who's there, how long you gonna be there, da da da. It's like, Well, finally, one day, a couple days, like the week prior to me coming back, I'm sitting there and I'm talking to him. At the time, my nails were like lime green, like lemon lime green, like bright, like these pink ones I got, right? And I'm talking to him on FaceTime, and he says, oh, you ain't got your nails done today. Y'all, these nails been on my hand for weeks. Like, I was very much so due a feel. Like, they were grown out. And y'all already know how expensive it is to get your nails done in the States. I was just like, I ain't about to give these people my money. I'm not about to give these people my money. I'm going to wait until I get back home and then get my nails done. And I'm like, see, this is why we got to have a talk when we get back home. Because I had already told him that we got to have a talk when we get back, right? And he was like, all you want to do is talking. All the time, you just want to fight. You just want to fight all the time. Just talking. All you want to do is fight. Wow. So we can't talk about things? You're tired of me talking about things. Okay. So I said, okay, I'm talk to you later. And I hung up the phone. And you got to keep in mind, I'm already dealing with, like, I'm feeling some type of way because you didn't want to secure me and my child to take us to the bus station. But now you're acting like if I talk to you about something, it gets on your nerves. So I just text him and I'm just like, hey, this is not working out for me. I wish you the best. And I'm ending this relationship. Something to that effect. I don't know. I'll go back and see if I got text message. I'll put it up there for you. He's like, what did I do now? I'm like, you don't feel like what you just did was rude? And he's, no, I didn't. Like, I don't feel like I did anything rude. So then it comes to the third point, okay? We have a lot of cultural differences. He's Nigerian, I'm American, right? We have a lot of cultural differences, right? He's always like, oh, you people do it this way, or you people do it that way, or that's how you people do da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, it's different, right? But if we can talk about it, we can come to compromise or agreements on it. But he feels as though because he is the man, it is only supposed to be his way. However, I come from a belief and understanding that two people are supposed to compromise to come to an understanding on things. So you got my way or the highway, and I got sort of less compromise. It ain't gonna mix, it's not gonna mix. Nigerian women are taught to endure. for a man. I have no endurance, y'all. Y'all ever seen I forgot the name of them the cartoon where they got the little sloth working at the DMV and just baby, that's how much endurance I have. I have no endurance. I am not enduring anything for a man. That is absolutely insane to me. It's insane. I'm just I think it's crazy. If a man can't come into my life and treat me equal to or greater than I'm already being treated and living and enjoying life, then I don't want him. And it's just that simple. I mean, it's just that simple. I have nothing else to really contribute to that. And I don't depend on a man for my survival. I don't depend on a man for anything. So a person that's in my life is a companion, is a partner. You know, it should be fun and happiness and joy. It should not be stress, right? It should not be stress and struggle and strife. Absolutely not. How am I supposed to retain a youthful glow if I'm already stressed and wore out? So, you know, the cultural differences are you know, really a thing. So when we came back, when I came back, after that point, I had not heard from this man, y'all. And I had not heard from this man for like a week. And a little more than a week, actually. And I was at a coffee shop working one day, and he just texted me. He was like, why haven't you texted me? What? I ain't talked to you in weeks, and this is what you come up with? And so I just called him. I'm like, yo, what's up? He was like, why haven't you texted me? Where you're at? You're not at home. Who are you with? That is none of your business. Now, it's just me and my laptop here, but that's still none of your business. He was like, who are you with? Where are you at? Where's Janai? So she's at home with the nanny. Why do you have a nanny? Who are you out with? You're out with this man from Las Americas. You're out with this man from Las Americas. That's what it is. You got a man in Las Americas. I said, I need you to really think about this statement that you're making about this man in Las Americas. If I had a man in Las Americas and you didn't take me to the bus station, and then I had this man in Las Americas and he didn't take me to the bus station, if I got rid of you for not taking me to the bus station, don't you think I would have got rid of him too? If I really had one, right? Because you'd be a fool to sit around with two men that's not going to look out for you. It's bad enough having one that's not going to look out for you, but you got to be an absolute, complete damn fool to have two that don't look out for you, right? Two. Do I look like, do I have dummy on my forehead or something like that? Like, help me understand how this makes sense. So I'm like, hey, listen, get off my phone with this BS. Like, we need to sit down and talk. What do we need to talk about? We need to sit down and talk. What do we need to talk about? What do we need to sit down and talk about? I don't see a recovery, right? And to this day, I still have not seen him. But hear me out so I can finish the story. So, say that was Tuesday. That was the Tuesday. So then Saturday, this past Saturday rolls around, right? This past Saturday rolls around. His best friend hits me up and he's like, my sister, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Talk about this. We're in a group call. Me, his best friend, my homegirl, and him. He's talking to his best friend like I'm not on phone. Ask her. What? I am on the phone, grown man. You can talk to me like a grown man. And he's saying all these things or whatever. He's like, oh, she just had somebody in Las Americas. Who is in Las Americas? Like, it's like presetting a narrative for the only reason why I don't want to be with him is because I have somebody else. I don't have somebody else. I got the same human person and dog that it was before he existed. I don't need to have a backup man in order to move on from my current man. I have happiness, peace, and contentment in my own life without having a man. So it's insane that you think that this imaginary man in Las Americas is the person that I left you for, right? So it's like, let me set the stage, you know? In addition to when I broke up, he said, you're just gonna break up with me? You don't care about me? You're just gonna abandon me? You don't love me? I love you, you don't care. What? Abandon you? Man, you over 6 foot, 200 something plus pounds. How can I abandon you in the middle of Merida when you got your whole family here? Think about it, it makes sense, right? You are not abandoned. So his behavior post breakup, like, sealed the envelope for me the man in Las Americas, the manipulation with the you're just abandoning me, and you know, just comments like that, right? And I'm like, the whole situation is just absolutely insane, right? So my homegirl's talking to him and trying to explain to him, like, hey, if you're trying to get your woman back, there's things you need to do. Like, you know, you can plan her a date, send her some flowers, buy her some jewelry. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not buying her no flowers. I'm not, like, I'm on the group call. I can hear this man, right? I'm not doing none of that. I said, well, shit, he don't feel like he need to do no work for it. He feels like he's done nothing wrong, right? And I just need to accept that his bad behavior. He also says on the phone, when it was just me and his best friend on the call, he was like, she knew what she signed up for. She knew I had my responsibility. She knew what I had to. I said, no. You said when your sister came back that you would have more free time, but you don't have any more free time. Actually, you have less time. I see you even less. You knew this is what I signed up for. No. There is no way I would date a man that doesn't have time for me. Because if we know one thing that makes sense, I'm not that girl. I know who I am. I know who I am as a woman. Like, I require date nights. I require vacations, right? In December, I was going to Cabo. While my baby was in the States with her dad, I was going to Cabo, right? He flipped out. You can't go to Cabo. You can't do that. You can't travel without your man. I'm going to take you somewhere. His best friend was there when he said that. I said, you're going to take me. So if I cancel my trip, you're going to take me somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to take you somewhere. We just got to plan it. We got to plan it. Okay, cool. Makes sense. I love traveling on somebody else's dime. Makes sense to me. Cancel my trip. We did go on a trip. Easter weekend, we went on a trip with him, his sister, his other sister, his 3 nieces, his nephew, and my daughter. That was not comparable. We traveled for your sister's birthday on a family trip. The trip to Cabo was a solo trip. It was not a family trip. I promise you, the trip to Cabo was about ass shaking, okay? Ass shaking and tequila shots. The trip to Playa del Carmen, there was no ass shaking and there was no tequila shots. Like, it was, my baby was right there. My child is right there. I'm in mom mode. I'm not in let loose, have a good time mode. He was like, so I didn't invite you on a trip to Playa. I said, that's not the same thing. You told me if I canceled my trip to Cabo, 5-star all inclusive, that you would take me on a trip. But we stayed with your family. And there was nothing wrong with the trip. You know, there was nothing wrong with the trip. It's just not the same. He said he was going to take me on a trip, not on a family trip. That's not the same thing. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping in the comment section. I'm sure y'all got plenty to say, right? So, you know, the cultural differences as it went down through in the conversation, you know, I got off the call. It was him, his best friend, my homegirl were on the call. And he expresses to her, like, Nigerian women don't act like this. I don't have this problem with Nigerian women. Yada, yada, yada. That's cool. It's beautiful women in Nigeria. Go get you a Nigerian woman if that's the case, right? If that's what you're looking for, go get you a Nigerian woman. Because just the day prior, when he messaged me, I had to curse him out. Really out of character with him, because I was explaining to him, I don't want to be with you. Because whoever the bad built butch body bitch that wanted to screenshot my Facebook post and send it to him and his friends, for whatever reason, led him to call me and say, why are you putting our business on Facebook? Why are you putting our business on Facebook? Do you want people to know we broke up? I said, it doesn't matter. I don't know if he didn't realize that when you fuck up, you fall in the Bad Luck Kitty Hall of Fame, baby. There's a whole book. There is a whole book written about bad dating experiences. That is where Bad Luck Kitty the brand comes from, okay? Bad Luck Kitty the brand, do the research since 2021. Like, it ain't nothing about living in Mexico. It's my life dating as a single mother. Like, make it make sense, you know? Some people say their whole goal is not to end up in a book. You could not end up in a book, but you could end up a YouTube story, because he knew also that I shared my other dating experiences here on YouTube. And I'm losing sunlight. But with that, let me see if I can find some light some kind of way. With that in mind, it's really important to kind of analyze it. He's calling me like, you want people to know we broke up? I'm like, yeah, we broke up. Why would you tell people we're not broken up? I said, yes, we are broken up. I broke up with you weeks ago. We're not broken up. I didn't break up with you. Child, I broke up with you. It doesn't matter. The link is broken. I broke up with you. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And you telling people our business, and I demand you not to put it on YouTube. See, that's where he went wrong. And that's why we have this conversation. That's why the YouTube today is not the YouTube that I had previously recorded. You see that? Because the reality is, you don't demand me to do anything, right? You make no demands of me. Maybe if you had asked me politely, I still wouldn't have listened, but it would have been better for this story to be told, because I know you got your friends and family following my YouTube channel. So you're embarrassed that they're going to see how you behave as a man. And I'm not going to tell all of your foolishness and going on in the end, but also the reality of when it came down to it, your friend called me and he said, my sister, just give him another chance, and he's going to talk to you. He understands his ways. He's going to make more time for you. I explained to him that you're his family too, because you're his girlfriend and you're his family too. And he should treat you with care and make time for you as well. And I said, he doesn't have time to make time, because from 5:30 in the morning, when he has to get up and get the kids to school and then work and then take his sister to work and then pick the kids up from school and then take the kids to after school activities, by 6:30, then he's finished. Between 6:30, he has to feed the kids, XYZ, whatever extracurricular activities or school things that the kids have to do, and then to 9 o'clock. Sometimes in between there, he can come see me, usually once a week. But by 9 o'clock, he has to leave, because he has to pick his sister up from work by 9:30. And then from 9:30, he has to be back home by 10. He needs to go to bed. You know why? Because he has to get back up at 5:30 again the next morning to do it all over again. I would be a fool to believe that his schedule can change, because his schedule cannot change, because those are his responsibilities. So as I explained to his friend, hey, I'm willing to listen. He said, okay, he's going to call you. He's going to call you. He's going to call you. This is Saturday. I just want to let y'all know that as of the recording right now, it is now Tuesday the 21st. Tuesday the 21st. I haven't heard from him. So Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, it is now Tuesday. This will probably go up tomorrow. Okay? I still have not heard from him. He has not called me. The agreement was that he was going to call me. He was going to talk to me and explain himself to me. He has not done that. So if the rumor is spread that I have a man in Las Americas, baby, believe it. Y'all already know I'm okay with being the villain. I'm okay with being the villain. If I need to be the bad guy to prove, I don't care, because I know the truth. And the truth is not about a man in Las Americas. The reality is, he didn't take me to the bus station. He does not have time for me. He didn't take me to the bus station. It's not because he didn't take me to the bus station. It's the way he went about it. Let's be honest. The way he went about it was very disrespectful. If he knew that taking me to the bus station was an inconvenience to him, he probably should have scheduled a driver or something prior to that, because my ticket had been purchased for some time. He knew all the information for my travel, right? He should have prepared something to show me that he cared about me, right? But instead, he had not. And I fully accept responsibility for what part I played in it. And I will say this. In January, I broke up with him. In January, I broke up with him because we were talking, right? He wants kids. I do not, right? Again, like I told y'all, culture clashes. Nigerians always want kids, baby. They want a ton of them. I don't want any more kids. I am maxed out. I'm 37 years old. I'm not having any more kids, right? He wants kids, I do not. And he kept saying, well, what happened? Like, what if you get pregnant? Like, what if you get pregnant? Like, let's just say, what if? And I'm like, it'll never happen. I can't even fathom. I cannot even fathom the thought of me taking care of me carrying a baby. Y'all don't even like babies like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, no, I can't see it. Well, just say, what if? And we go on. He's like, what if? Just say, what happened? I said, well, if I had a baby, then I'm gonna just take the baby to your sister's house. You know, and I just see the baby whenever. He says, no. He said, I'll take the baby to Nigeria. And I said, you'll take the baby to Nigeria? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna take the baby to my sister in Nigeria. And I said, well, why would you do that? He was like, because I'm taking the baby over there, you'll never see the baby again. There, how about that? So you gonna have me to have a baby, knowing I don't want to have a baby. And instead of me being the weekend parent to see the baby, you want to take the baby all the way to Nigeria and I can't see the baby no more. And he was like, yeah. I said, so where you gonna be at? I'm gonna be in Mexico. So you're not even gonna be in Nigeria with the baby. What's the point? Damn. What's the point of having the baby, putting me through all that to take the baby to Nigeria? And he was like, because you're supposed to have a baby. And but this is like the crazy. I said, listen, I feel like that is the most disrespectful thing that you could say to me. You would put me through having a baby. No, I don't want to have a baby. Only to take the baby to Nigeria and then say I will never see the baby again. But you won't even stay to take care of the baby and come back to Mexico and just live your life and leave my, baby in Nigeria. Like, what kind of, it's all this talk about, oh, African-American men just be going around making baby mamas and African men don't do that. Baby, they do, because he a baby daddy. He got kids in the U.S., okay? Like, at that point, I should have stopped talking to him. So I accept that, because I had to know that a person like that got some questionable characteristics. Their character is questionable. Because why would you say to a woman that you would have her have a baby, knowing that she doesn't want to have a baby, and if, something happened, God forbid, she gets pregnant, has to have this baby, knowing that she doesn't want to have a baby, and you take the baby to Nigeria. I stopped talking to him. I didn't talk to him for like a week and some change, like a week and a half. And his friends called and they was like, oh, he's just kidding. It's his person. I'm like, y'all, listen, I gotta be straight up with you. This is not a personality thing. This is not like a joking thing. That's not something to joke about. That's not something to joke about. They're like, no, he know he's wrong, whatever, X, Y, Z. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see how it works. But even since that moment, it hasn't been right. Because at this point, now I'm questioning your character as a man, because why would you want to put somebody through that? So even going back, it's kind of like a broken plate that you put together. Like, the cracks was still there. And I was trying to make it work. But I wasn't trying to make it work, because now I'm questioning you as a person, right? And so many things you were telling me were not coming true, right? They were not coming to fruition. So the absence of time, the absence of the ability to travel, the increased responsibility, and just the utter disrespect for my safety and security, I ended the relationship. So that's what happened, all right? Y'all got the full story here, just as my ring light died. Just as my ring light died, you have the full story here. So whatever you may have heard or whatever may have been told, we didn't break up for no other reason. There's another reason, but I ain't gonna put people's business out like that, because that's just not who I am as a person. But this is the clear and concise truth about why we broke up. Do I think he's a bad guy? No, I just think he's not the guy for me. I told him find him a woman. Some women love doing everything with the family. You know what I'm saying? Some women just love that. I don't. I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy my space. My baby enjoys her freedom and enjoy her space. We work out. We have our own things and we have our things together. She has her own friends. I have my own friends. Like, we don't always need to do every single thing together Sunday through Sunday. it's just not who I am. It's not who she is. You know, she's very much so extremely introverted. So, you know, it's adjustment for us. So I wish him the best in life, truly. I wish his family the best, truly, truly. But for me, it's just not gonna work, okay? And you know, leave comments in the comment section or whatnot, whatever. I don't feel like I'm leaving anything else out. Sometimes, as I was thinking about condensing the other version, because the other one was like an hour and something long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, you know, it was a long video because I was trying to fully explain why I left the relationship, trying to justify why I left. The reality is, women, if you want to leave, leave. If you want to leave, you know. And he said, "Oh, so you're just gonna keep dating and starting over and dating and starting over after." It's only been 8 months. It's only been 8 months. I don't care if it had been 80 months. I'm gonna go where I'm happy. And if by myself is happier than when somebody else, the other person is voted off the island, you got to go. And that's what it comes down to, lady. Do not tie your happiness to somebody else. Your happiness should be within yourself. Not even your kids. Your happiness should be within yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You should work on making sure you're a happy, healthy, whole person. Happy at your job, happy with your friendships. You know, don't be out here having frenemies. Don't be out here with boyfriends that you're in competition with. Don't be out here with toxic family members. Be where you are happiest, because I promise you, when it's time to go into the ground in that casket, they put one body at a time. They might stack them multiple on top of each other, but it's only one body per casket, okay? That's all they're gonna do, all right? So when it comes down to it, live your life to the fullest, with or without somebody. Only other question that I was asked was, I showed him on Facebook, and I was asked, would you show another partner on Facebook? I will, but I'm gonna give him 6 months next time. Next time they're gonna have to do a 6-month bid before I post them on social media. You know, because maybe that, because people feel like I just always got a new boyfriend, and I really don't. Right? I really don't. But if you look at social media, people can believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane, but it is what it is. So yeah, I don't change that. And the other question I was asked, will you introduce your next boyfriend to your daughter? Yeah, because if my daughter don't like you, I don't like you. The end. Right? It comes down to it. I don't have a fear or phobia or introducing my daughter to anybody, because of the simple fact that I don't leave my daughter with people. I don't leave my daughter with men. I don't leave my daughter, he's not allowed. He's never, if you look at the way my house is structured, he's never walked past my bedroom. So that's what it comes down. You have to have strong boundaries with people, even in relationships. So when it comes down to it, yeah, I can introduce you to my daughter. And also, I would never be with somebody that does not respect me and treat me respectfully in front of my daughter. So if your daughter doesn't have a strong relationship with their father, maybe you have to go about that differently. If you don't have strong boundaries to tell a man what they can and cannot do in your home, can and cannot do with your child, and the simple fact that my daughter knows that she is my number one priority, if you don't have that, then no, you probably should not introduce any man to your daughter, okay? And you probably shouldn't be dating, but that's a bigger conversation. So yeah, I will introduce boyfriends to my daughter in the future, because if she don't like them, I don't like them, and I'm gonna get rid of them. The end. And also, a man doesn't move into my home. So many women, when they start dating somebody, the next step is that they move in together. Baby, it's so much between dating and living together that needs to occur for me. That is insane. So no, like, I would never just move in with a random man or have my daughter calling any random man daddy. She knows who her dad is. Any man I date is aware of her relationship with her dad and the role her dad plays in, I will honestly have to say, our life, because in anything that it comes to her, I defer to him and take into his opinion and consideration. We have a healthy co-parenting relationship. So in all those things considered, being respectful of him as a man and respectful of my daughter, introducing to her to somebody does not equate to that man becoming her daddy. A male figure around, yes. With that in mind, the man that is around must treat me with the utmost respect and must model the best male behavior in front of my daughter. So those things are just givens for me, okay? All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, hate mails, whatever it is, leave it in the comment section below. I'm sorry I ran out of light, but I'm gonna wrap the video up. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, bye.